I grew up in this all-Chinese church, and it was charismatic, and so the music was really fun and really passionate. And as a little girl, I'd run around with ribbons and tambourines and sing at the top of my lungs. And I just noticed that this large group of people had so much excitement about singing to God and praising God with their voices. And it just felt like worship could go on for hours, and it was just really fun. When I was 12, we switched to this all-Presbyterian church, and the music piece was really different for me. It was all organ, all voices, and we had hymnals, and it was my first exposure to hymns. And I remember even at 12, the language really standing out to me, the richness, the depth, the beauty about how they described who God is and who we are in relationship to Him. But I think that's when it started for me, wanting to put hymns to maybe some different sounds and different melodies and different instruments, because I kind of missed the passion and excitement of the church that I'd grown up with before. Some of the hymns that have stood out to me that I really loved are Be Still My Soul. It's from Psalm 42:10, and it says, Be still and know that I am God. And this hymn basically takes that phrase and translates it into 4 stanzas of what does it really look like to trust God? What does it look like to trust God when you're dealing with anxiety or fear or unrest? And what does He offer us in return? Stillness and peace. And what I love about hymns is they can focus on one part of a psalm or one part of a scripture and really just draw it out and draw out of us. What are we really experiencing? What does that mean, be still and know that I'm God? What does that look like? And so I think just hymns have a really unique way of giving us that perspective, sometimes that other songs haven't been able to do. There's lots of great worship out there, and I believe there's lots of wonderful and different ways that we can worship God. My particular favorite is through hymns, and I think it's because hymns just have so much deep meaning. They're based on lots of scripture, lots of psalms, lots of biblical truths and foundations, and they just honestly, they just have stood the test of time because of what they have to offer us and teaching us about grace and truth and love and mercy, about who God is. So I think that's why I find so much deep meaning in hymns.